Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, brothers and sisters, wherever you are in time and space. Freedom Outlaw here, coming at you from the Man Cave, Flagstaff, Arizona. It's Thursday. This week's about to wrap up. July, it's flying by. I was thinking about something this morning. I want to share it with you. There's an idiom or a saying: freedom isn't free. You ever just really think about that? Freedom isn't free. Freedom is not free. Freedom ain't free. There's different ways of saying it, of course. From what I can discover, that saying or idiom is attributed to a Colonel Hitchcock back in World War II, United States Army. So we'll leave that in history. Former President Reagan said, freedom is just one generation away from becoming extinct. So, is freedom free or is it not? Let's look at that. I say that freedom is free. Why do I say that? Because I believe, as our founding fathers worded it, that we've been endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights. And those rights are within the context of freedom, which among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And those three things, as I said, are in the context of freedom. Freedom to live our lives, freedom to enjoy liberty, and freedom to pursue our happiness. So, since it comes from our Creator, it's free. It's a gift. It's our inheritance. We didn't work for it. We didn't do anything to merit it. We're born with it. It's intrinsic. It's inside of us. But here's the problem. This wonderful divine gift that we have of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and the freedom to express those three things. Here's the problem. Parasites, vultures, predators, evil people, tyrants, despots, they want to take that from you. Our Creator gives it as a gift, and then you've got these predators, these diseased, rabid predators that want to take it from you. It's free, but now you got to fight to keep it. And our founding fathers recognized that. That's why, as it's been said thousands and thousands of times, that's why they gave us a reminder. It's a reminder. It's not a permit. It's a reminder that also one of those gifts, those divine gifts that we have to protect, defend, and preserve our freedom that we express in our life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. One of those gifts is the Second Amendment. Yep, that's right. They knew by personal experience that this freedom that was gifted to them by their Creator, they had to fight to preserve it, defend it, and protect it. And it wasn't by a vote at the ballot box. It wasn't by political debate and negotiation. It was at the end of a musket and cannons. They waged an 8+ 4-month war for independence in order to establish a foundation to live out their lives, their liberty, and their pursuits of happiness. And we're in the greatest battle ever fought now, 2026. You would think after 250 years that we would have this pretty well figured out. But not the case. Because, as I said, because these parasites, these diseased, rabid vultures and predators who are so hungry for power, control, manipulation. It's like they can't live. They just can't live freely. They're diseased and possessed with this insatiable desire for power. I want to have this power so I can control people, instead of just enjoying the gift that their Creator gave them. That's why they're tyrants. That's why they're treasonous. That's why I refuse to support this government. I love this nation. I'm not anti-government, as you've heard me say, but I am anti-corrupt government. How can they justify their conscience, their existence, when they know that they lie, steal, cheat, connive? Are you kidding me? They can't even control our tax dollars. They spend and spend and spend and spend and cheat and cheat and cheat and commit fraud after fraud after fraud after fraud. And here we sit, nibbling on the little bit of crumbs that they throw our way. I know deep within my soul that another revolution is the only solution. But how do you bring that all together when everybody is so divided? How do you coordinate that? How do you make that happen? How do you execute that? Everybody is so divided and upside down and inside out and twisted every which way. How do you bring that into manifestation? My slogan is, we the people, a new birth of freedom. That's what we need. A new birth of freedom. And all of this corrupt political cesspool needs to be done away with. But how do we make that happen? We know, at least we should know by now, but voting don't work. They cheat on voting, so that don't work. The Second Amendment is the only solution, I'm telling you, but how do we bring that into the place that it can be successfully executed? I don't have the answer right now, but I know that is the answer. And then you've got, I don't know what percentage of the population that could care less about the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution and our reminders by the Bill of Rights. They don't care. I doubt if they've ever read it. They have no interest in reading it. All they're concerned about is whining and crying. Well, for a myriad of just the most idiotic, absurd reasons under the sun. You owe me. No, you owe me. No, you owe me. No, I'm entitled to this. No, I'm entitled to that. Yeah, you're not entitled to nothing, you freaking idiot. Get out there, work, and do something productive. I mean, look, they can't even come to a simple solution and a conclusion to have everybody show a legitimate ID in order to vote. What's wrong with that? I don't know how many times in transactions I have to pull out my driver's license. Like to see your driver's license, please. Like to see your driver's license, please. Can I see your driver's license, please? Really? My goodness. Stop and think, people. You got to have a library card to check out a library book. And to get a library card, you got to show an ID. Right? I did. How many times they want your social security number? Oh, we got to have your social security number. Yeah, well, we got to have your social security number. For what? So we can know it's you. Really? You know, I work as a leasing agent here at this apartment complex. And we require that when people apply for an apartment here, guess what? They have to show an ID. Yep. Just for an apartment. They have to show verification of income. They have to show an ID. Isn't that something? And then we take them through a screening process to make sure that they can afford the apartment and they don't have any criminal background, or they don't have a bunch of bills laying out there, collections or evictions from other apartment complexes. For an apartment. But one of the most important aspects of being an American citizen, they don't want you to show an ID to vote for those who's going to represent you. Friends, this is insanity. This is and I know it's a cliche, but it's so true, this is a special kind of stupid and idiocy. So my encouraging words to you is continue to live free. Disconnect from the societal garbage, the societal, governmental, political cesspool. Disconnect as much as possible. If you have to streamline your materialism, streamline your income, whatever you have to do, you have to ask yourself, what am I willing to forfeit to exchange for this wonderful gift given to me by my Creator? Am I going to sell out and forfeit that gift just to have a little convenience? You need to think about it. I think about it all the time. Hey, have a great day. Protect, defend your life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. And that gift of freedom, it's yours. It's given to you freely. Endowed by your Creator. Now, what are you going to do about it?